there's a repeatable message that's coming through. I think I can interpret it's for you. And it's from the perspective of you can play in all the concepts you want, and you have a sense of busyness. But if you truly want to live that legacy, to have a lasting impact, and to experience it yourself while you're sharing it, then you've got to get into action. And one of the things that I have been doing, and that's why it's great to share these living experiences with you as I frame up legacy to be of assistance to you and working on my own legacy project, is to move out of those concepts. I tend to play there quite a bit, and it's actually get into deliver, to take the actions on. And that has been a recurring theme in my conversations with others, even coaches that I have, sand off those rough edges and find that approach that's going to work. And it's great when I go to pull my cards, and as you know, I share those with you. And these cards are from the perspective of a letter of the alphabet that has a symbol that goes with it, a key word that's in my frameworks and models, and then to pull a keyword phrase that I use quite often. And what was really amazing is that I ended up with the following. The letter was the letter V, and I was thinking victory. And we know people are showing that around, but I went and I said, hang on a minute, value. What are my values? What value am I adding? What's my vocation? What do I have a strong connection with? And that's doing this legacy work. Vigorous is that I am putting that effort into it and making sure it happens. At the same time, finding the softer aspect of vigorous. Sometimes you can get moving too quickly and too intently that you miss things, and I'm picking up on that as well. The verify, checking along the way. You might use review, assessment, evaluate. There may be other words. But to verify is to just think through, feel through what's in front of you. And a lot of times it helps to have collaborative conversations with others. And then there's the vitality, which reminds me to really look at this sense of my own wealth, W-E-L-L-T-H. And that was interesting, is that I pulled the card of the keyword phrase that I often use, which was from the whole. I use it in this sense, being from the whole. It gets me to think about the much bigger picture, the whole versical story that's available for me. And that gets me back into my wealth, W-E-L-L-T-H, is the well-being for myself, which is about my unique journey, the well living with others because of the adventures together, and how can I look at that well-being and well-living, this wealth and sense of the movement that I'm taking up, doing it from a bigger picture point of view. And that got me thinking, yeah, that's great, but I've got to balance off that concepts and practices piece, or else I could go for days just playing in the concepts and researching and doing all that and miss out on the actual actions. And that's why I like the YouTube so much, is that it gives me a chance to go concepts, action, and to share it with you. But I've been learning something along the way from the whole, this sense of all those V-related words. One of the things that I've learned along the way here is it isn't necessarily the best pathway is to just go, oh, I want to do legacy. I want to jump on LinkedIn. Oh, I like legacy. I'm going to jump on YouTube. Oh, there's something I found. There's a bridge around the ABCs here. To be what I want to be, I need to see something. And if I see that, then I've got to figure out what I'm going to be to get there. So what's my activities and the behaviors that are going to get me my consequences, the ABC. And I've also learned is don't jump over that bridge before actually figuring out which of the many media systems you can use to take your legacy out. It doesn't always have to have a website attached to it. You could just write books, put them up on Amazon, and not worry about, oh, I need an email list, or how do I follow up with people. It just happens that you're publishing through Amazon. I only want to do something for family and friends. I don't need a website for that. But what I want to do is I want to involve the grandkids a lot more in nature-inspired activities. And then maybe later I could write about them. But again, it's to just slow down in there and figure out what is your intention, what is the message you want to share, how do you want to share it, by what media, who do you want to share it with, and just figure some of that out. And that was a hard lesson for me, and I've had to take that back, and I've actually slowed down quite a bit. Not so much to just fall into concepts, but to actually take other kind of actions. Sometimes it might be some smaller actions, and not get caught up in attempting to create perfect YouTube videos. And that's how I felt sometimes. It didn't always show up. I think that's the first time I've ever shown that face on a YouTube video. But it was happening for me, and I just went, okay, if I'm going to deliver what I want to deliver, and I want to do it from the whole, and I want to make sure that there's vitality and vocation and value and vigorous and verification, these kind of V words, then I truly have to just slow down a little bit, not live in the concepts, get into the actions, but I need to find how that resonates with one another. The word would be coherence. How does it come together so that I can present it in such a way that it's in your words on my terms? That's another thing that I've learned along the way. So being a legacy mentor guiding you along, one of the things I would encourage you to do is don't just go jump into something without just taking some time to verify, and does it give you the vocation tickle? Does it give you that vitality to move forward, the vigor to move forward with it? And if it doesn't, then you may want to just reconsider where you're going. Don't do something just because you think it might help. Make sure that it lines up wholeheartedly for you, that head, heart, and hands. The other thing I would mention to you is when you are doing it through this perspective, when you share, you educate. So when you're sharing, you are educating others about your legacy, about who you are, about your values, what you believe in. And that is important to remember. So often what we do is we jump in and we react, when in fact, it might be better to figure out what's the response. To me, that says there's a credibility pause there. And I found that to be, wonderful over the years, right? Wonderful, wonderful. But as I look to close off this update, this Legacy Mentor, share with you about what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, I just want to acknowledge the following. As of February 1st, there's going to be a shift in priority, and I'm going to be using my blog and my website, creating email lists connected to YouTube, and do some pinning on Pinterest, and doing some work on LinkedIn. But it's really about getting the books done, because I believe that for me, in my soul spiritual me, writing is so important, and to be able to then publish that. And then I can use those books, those mini books, to let you know what's happening and get you into what I think is a really wonderful signature 13-week course that allows you to get at much of what I've been chatting about in this video, is to help you sort out those concepts, but to get you into action and to get you moving along your legacy pathway. So let's see what happens. And I also encourage you to drop over to the website, to the contact page. Let me know how things are going for you. And if you want to get on the email list, just let me know in the message. But I'm also going to be putting up on all the pages where you can register for the updates newsletter. I'm not quite sure what we're going to call it yet, but get on the email list to let you know what's happening. And I probably will do something like 2 emails a month, and not to inundate you, but to just keep things rolling along so that you understand what's taking place. And what that might actually look like more is an email on the full moon and an email on the new moon. I might do it that way, so about every 13 days, and just sort of see how that unfolds as we go forward. So if there's anything I can help you with, drop a message down in the comments. Is there anything that I've said here that you might go, ooh, I think I need to share something with you? Please do. Or if you want to do it privately, come on over to the contact page and send a message in. And I only get that through an email to me. And I can update you or respond, whatever it might be, whatever your ask is. And so I would so enjoy comments, getting your thoughts about what's taking place. And to that end, I am actually going to be reaching out throughout this week over the different channels, a request of all of you and for each of you individually is to schedule a 20-minute call so I can just chat with you about legacy and what it means for you and what is your legacy and how is it that we can support you along your legacy journey. I have a sense of that 13-week course called Legacy Mastery, but it may not be from you, the community, what you're looking for. And so if I can chat with about 50 of you, I've chatted with about 7 so far. It says, 7 so far. And so I have, a good 40 to 50. And if you'd like to get involved with that, again, go to the contact page. But I'll also be putting up a request on the website and through the other social media sites so that you can jump in there if you're on Pinterest or LinkedIn or YouTube. So with that, I'm going to share a take care, and we'll see you later. As a reminder, subscribe, comment, and the 2 videos that are here, I thought would help you out in moving forward in this whole story of living a legacy life.